Hi, I beat the Quran on level 7. I thought I'd record it. I'm white. The computer is black.
And this also is one of these wonderful things that has happened over the last few weeks.
That was my first move.
That just when this actually started, somebody was saying, you know, that they've been disappointing some of their followers. And I've seen on Twitter some followers of Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawa saying the way they're behaving, they're validating what the Islamophobes like Spencer say, and they are bringing disrepute. Yeah, and they're bringing disrepute upon our community. And I actually answered one of those and said, look, he's just following Muhammad's example. Mm-hmm. And Muhammad, of course, in a famous hadith says, I forget what he says, that you're supposed to do, in what occasion you're supposed to do this, but in some certain circumstances, you may remember, you're supposed to say, go to these guys and say, bite your father's penis, and not use a euphemism. And
just so everyone knows, that is what Muhammad was saying is, if anyone brags about his descent, right? So he's bragging, I came from the great so-and-so, I've descended from the great so-and-so. He said, tell him, go bite his father's penis, and don't use a euphemism. And so, yeah.
So I quote this, and immediately this guy comes along, some guy I don't know, and he says, see, you're ignorant, you're evil, you're stupid. This is what it really means. And he gives me this.
There's always the this is what it really means. Yes, it says beat your wives into submission, but this is what it really means. Tempt them with a toothbrush.
Kill them wherever you find them. But it really, properly understood in the original Arabic, it means give them a hug.
Yeah.
And this means supposedly remember your humble origins from which you came, something like that. And I think, well, then why didn't Muhammad just say that? But anyway, okay, so that's what it really means. And nobody who takes it literally is anything but a hateful, bigoted, ignorant Islamophobe. And then, within hours, I see Muhammad Hijab justifying his own behavior by quoting very similar hadiths about Abu Bakr using foul language against his enemies. Mm-hmm. And this is quoted approvingly and saying, see, we're supposed to show disrespect. We're supposed to humiliate the infidels. Mm-hmm. And so that is in the first place what's behind what Muhammad Hijab is saying here. But it's also noteworthy that, let me go to it here just a second, sorry for the bright light, that he says he would never gratuitously insult any religious symbol. Because Islam itself, in its core doctrines, nobody knows this, everybody's used to it, nobody thinks about it because Christians don't go around screaming at people and killing them if they're insulted. But by denying the divinity of Christ, denying the resurrection, denying the salvation, these things are all insulting to Christianity. By saying that the Bible is corrupted, these are built-in insults to the Christian faith that virtually every pious, believing, knowledgeable Muslim assumes and takes for granted and repeats. Mm-hmm. And that's okay with the whole world. And I'm not counseling anything else. I don't believe anybody should be harmed for insults. But at the same time, Muslims do not behave that way themselves. And there was a news item a few years back. These Ugandan Christians were preaching, and Muslims complained and said, you have insulted our religion by saying Jesus is the Son of God, and they threatened to kill them. Mm-hmm. Well, doesn't go both ways, of course, as it never does.
That's how I beat him. I beat the computer, actually, on level 7 of chess.com.